Bjork, Hunter. Okay, let's play through all the different sections of the song, do all the nice interpretations of synth parts, all that good stuff. Before we get into the song, do me a favor, hit that subscription button, help out the channel. I come out with a ton of videos, so you don't want to miss them. Alright, now let's get to it. Hunter by Bjork. Alright, so we could start with the basic chord progression going on here. Just kind of following what the bass is doing here. We'll start with G. Okay, so I like to do it this bar chord style because it'll help get into the next chord. Okay, so just bar those threes, 5 and 5 on the A and D, 4 on the G, 3 on the B and the high E. Alright, in the initial rhythm of it, you just want to strum it. Alright, and then we're going to do this additional strum, and then just before the measure's out, hit it again. So it's kind of like a... and then into the next chord. And the next chord is just a G sharp. So we just have exactly what we have here, just bring it up a fret. And we strum that and time that the same way. Of course, and then we would just go back to that G. Alright, and we just bounce between those two chords for a good while there. We also get this synth organ sample thing that's happening there. I don't know, maybe it's like an accordion being sampled, something like that. But it's a real trippy sounding thing, and it's got a lot of effects on it, and it's a little unclear to hear, but closest I could figure, it's doing something along these lines. And this is, highly interpretive, so feel free to play around with this. So from what I'm getting here, we'll start with this high voice G here, so 7 on the E, 8B, 7G. Alright, and then it kind of scales around a little bit. We'll hit that 7 on the E again, do the 8B, hit a 10, G, come off to a 7G. Alright, and then we move over to this voicing of a C minor, so just hit the 10, D, and 8's on the G, B, E. Okay, so we went... and then we can cap it off with this little hammer-on pull-off thing that happens. 8 on the high E to 10, back to 8, and then just move back to the 7. All right, and then we would just get back into that, playing around with that G and that G scale. And one of the more iconic parts of the song here is this this reverbed vocal riff that's happening in the background. And we can make it sound really cool by doing basically a fretless style here with like a slide where we come all the way up to 12 on the G. And you want some good sustain on this, put some, echo reverb on that. And come all to 12 on the G, we just hit it, let it ring, and then just slowly slide it down to 7 on the G. All right, and then we would take that 7G and then slide that up 1 fret to 8. Once we get the strings coming in, like the cellos, all that cool stuff, we can interpret those pretty well. I like to do this initial string riff by, we want to be a little bit low with it, and you want to do it kind of fretless as well, kind of that smooth transition. So what I like to do, we're going to hit this G and B open, okay, and you just want that to slowly come up a half a step, so that we'd essentially be at the 1 on the B and G. So what you can either do, if you have a tremolo or a whammy there, you can hit those and just slowly bend it up. Okay, which is what I like to do. Or if you don't have that, you can just bend those 2 strings behind the nut. Okay, whichever works for you. So we would go through that riff, a few times. Right, and then eventually we get a little more involved with it, where we can hit 1 on the B to open, hold it a moment, then we go 3G, 1G. Right, and we keep going with that. We go 1 to open on the B, 3B, 1B. And now we're going to kind of add some harmonies to that. So essentially we'll do that first little riff, again, the 1B open, 3G to 1G, but now we're going to add some notes with it. So we do a 3 on the E with the 1B, 2 on the E with the open B, then we do 1E with the 3G, and 4B with the 1G. So just kind of harmonizing a little there. We'll keep that going, that same theme, but now we're just going to add kind of the octave harmony with it. All right, we'll come up here and we go 5 on the G, 8 on the high E. Take that down a fret, so we're 4G, 7E. Now come up high. Here we go 7 on the G, 10 on the E, and then back down to the 5G, 8E. And then we eventually get this second rhythm that comes in. Same progression, the G to the G sharp, but now we're just being a little more dynamic with it here. We're doing kind of those triplet strums. So just start with the G, hit it once, and then we do 4 sets of the 1, 2, 3. Okay, so. Alright, and then we just move it up to the G sharp, take that up 1 fret, and just strum that the same way. So, and just repeat that G to G sharp in that rhythm. Bridge comes along, so we'll get some new progression here. We're going to bump it up and just hang on this G sharp for a bit. With this, you want to hit it, strum it for a measure, and then the following measure, strum it, and then strum it again just before the measure's out. So it's like a. That style. And you want to go through that, those 2 measures, do that about 4 times. From there, we'll bring it up to a D sharp, so a new chord. We go 6 on the A, 8s on the D, G, B. Do 2 measures worth of that, and it's just a single strum at the top of each one. Okay, take it down to a F minor. So bar the 1, 3 on the A and D. Okay, couple measures there. Bring it up to G minor. So just take what we had there, up 2 frets. Bar the 3, 5 on the A and D. 2 measures worth of that. Okay. Now to A sharp, so 1 on the A, 3 on the D, G, B. Then up to the C, and you can keep it that same format if you want, the 1 with the D, G, B there, up 2 frets. So we got 3 on the A, 5 on the D, G, B. 1 measure there, and just a quick little high voiced G at that last beat. So just open G, 3 on the B and the G, B and the high E. Alright, now we would just get it back into our main progression there. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.